Now imagine you have an application that writes data to a single volume. You decide to create snapshots at a regular interval and you connect a snapshot policy to the volume. But if the application writes to 2 or more volumes and the volumes have a write order, so the data needs to be snapshotted in a consistent manner across the volumes, then you cannot guarantee consistency when the volumes create snapshots based upon their own snapshot policy. So when you create a consistency group, you can connect a snapshot policy to the consistency group to guarantee that the snapshots will be consistent across the volumes. This was demonstrated in a previous video, the link of which is in the description. The thing is that when you have yet another application that in turn writes to its own volumes, also with consistency in mind, you would create another consistency group and also connect a snapshot policy to that group. You will then simply have 2 independent consistency groups. But if you need synchronicity between all the volumes in both consistency groups, you will not be able to guarantee that based upon the independent groups with their personal snapshot policies. The solution for this is to create a parent consistency group that has a snapshot policy that's used to create, in this case, 4 snapshots that will be consistent across all 4 volumes. This doesn't mean that the individual consistency groups cannot have a personal snapshot policy, or even the volumes. But to make sure that consistency across all 4 volumes is guaranteed, you definitely need a policy at the parent level. And of course, next to creating a snapshot at the parent level, you can also restore a snapshot at the parent level, bringing all volumes in line again. Currently, the maximum number of child consistency groups in a single parent is 5. Now let's set up a parent consistency group. So we have a storage virtual machine with 2 data volumes of 20 megabytes each. Now let's first create a snapshot policy with a 5-minute schedule and a retention of 3. And next we create a consistency group and connect the 5-minute snapshot policy to that group. And the group contains the 2 volumes, vol1 and vol2. Now we create 2 more small volumes, vol3 and vol4, in the same storage virtual machine. And because we're going to use them for a second consistency group, we don't need a snapshot policy for these 2 volumes. So we create the volumes and then we create a second consistency group holding these 2 volumes with the 5-minute snapshot policy. And now these consistency groups are fully separated from one another. So we need to set up a snapshot policy at the parent level. Let's say we want to have a snapshot every hour with a retention of 12 snapshots. And then we create the parent to hold the 2 children and connect the hourly snapshot policy to the parent. So we just built a nested or hierarchical structure of 2 children and a parent. And it will create a 5-minute snapshot at the child level and an hourly snapshot at the parent level. To check whether it all works, we simply create a test snapshot like this. And when we check, we see that all the volumes contain the test snapshot. So obviously it works. And if we would want to restore that snapshot, we will use the consistency group snapshot restore command when needed. And after some time, let's say an hour, we check the snapshots, we see the hourly and the 5-minute snapshots. And if we would want to get rid of the parent, we could simply detach the 2 children from the parent, and then the parent will automatically disappear. And we're back to where we started, sort of. And we're done. And if you're interested, the flow of commands will be in the description of this video.